If you are not concerned about your responsibilities and you're only concerned about your rights, you're just selfish. Because in every right, there is an inherent responsibility. It's a hot topic right now. Everybody's talking about their individual rights. If you want ultimate freedom, you want the right to do anything. Anything as long as you are not infringing on somebody else. And that's the society I want. There's a catch to that, though. If you have the right to do anything, you also have shared responsibility for everything. In the US, at least, when people talk about their rights, they talk about the enumerated ones, the ones listed in the Bill of Rights in our Constitution. Most people really only know the first two amendments, to be honest. You have the right to free speech. It's in the First Amendment. Was it so anybody could say any silly little thing that popped into their head? No, of course not. It was there so society could advance. It was there to protect new ideas, so people could advance a controversial theory and it not be labeled as heresy. So you could criticize your government. That's why it's there. In order to do that, you have to know how your government works. Inherent in the right to free speech is the responsibility to become educated. So what you say actually has value. You have the right to an assembly, to peaceably assemble. You have the responsibility not to block off a hospital when you do it. That seems like it should go without saying. We'll just go ahead and skip to the Second Amendment. It's the one most people are familiar with, and typically the people who view this right as sacred are the biggest offenders. Shall not be infringed. The right to keep and bear. Cool. Why? It's actually written in this one. They made it real clear. Because at any moment, you can be called forth to protect your community. That's the responsibility that goes along with it. We got a whole bunch of people out there talking about how they're ready. They are ready to defend the country and individual liberty. I'm supposed to trust you in a firefight. I can't even trust you not to make unnecessary trips to the store to get Twinkies. You will pardon me if I don't sleep soundly with you on watch. You're going to make the ultimate sacrifice for truth, justice, the American way, mom and apple pie and all that stuff. But you can't make the sacrifice of staying home and watching Netflix to protect your community. These same people all of a sudden, well, we have to get the economy back on track because of those poor people. Those poor people. If people actually cared about those we are deeming essential now, they'd probably have a living wage, probably have access to health care, stuff like that. But it's those who have focused solely on their rights and not on their responsibilities, their obligations to humanity, to society. Don't do that. It just reeks of privilege, and it's extremely transparent. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.